reach a point whereby what industry, there are things maybe you can just sit down and earn them out. Yeah. Pose, I've sat down with him. You can come and attest. I was doing a project at his studio. We had a conversation, a very long conversation, me, him, and Teddy B. Willy Paul is the most talented artist, me, one of the most talented artists, in this country. And mtu mwingine akitaka kunipinga niambie ni mgani mwingine anasema Pose is one of those guys mimi najua. He'll perform, he'll sing, he'll dance, akona presence. Unajua vitu zenye ni ngumu sana upate in one person. But that's a very interesting question because nimekuwa nikiona online what was happening. I think nimekuwa na Pose kama 3 or 4 weeks ago. We had a very in-depth analysis on so many things that is in kwa life yake. Na there are things ni kama alikuwa anajua zinaweza kuja happen because after our conversation in him understand he knows there are things which zinaweza happen. So when he was arrested, which nowadays is really hard. Was he really arrested?
Yeah. He was.
Okay.
Even cash bailed.
Okay. Because unajua nowadays wacha niambie kitu moja. Mimi kitu naogopa kujiingiza kwa story mob. Kuna msee alikuja paka akaweka pay bill akasema bei ni mgonjwa and then tukaja discover ilikuwa ni kiki. I was so shocked. So squeezy paka I think nimezeeka sana ama I don't know what happens because there are some people who do things but time unaanza kufollow up unapata ni msee anataka kutoa ngoma ama ni msee anataka tu kutrend ama so before you involve yourself you have to take time. So if you guys have confirmed that ilikuwa ni true then it's quite unfortunate. And alikuwa arrested because of what?
Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying. Yeah, he released a song dissing Diana Bahati.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, man. That's really, really unfortunate. Because nimesikia story mingi mara aligonga mtu, mara ikashindwa. So which is which? You get, yeah? So that is very unfortunate because I know Pose, I know but not wote nimewaona hivyo wakiwa watoto. So nawajua vizuri sana. And I will say it's quite unfortunate because tukishafika hapo I think tunafaa reach a point whereby what industry, there are things maybe you can just sit down and earn them out. Yeah. But pia you never know mtu amefika to what level ndio cause unajua pia kwa hii world unaweza pata kuna mse maybe mtu amenikosea najaribu kuongea naye aski you understand, so you don't know what next you can do. It's quite unfortunate for both of them. I don't know the real story, so I'll not go in depth ku dissect the whole story naijulia hapa. But I always believe Willy Paul is one of the most talented Kenyan artists we have. So when I see some things happening mi usikia uchungu because nakumbuka the raw Willy Paul, the raw one, the one before kwa superstar, the way the guy alikuwa na bidii, the way the guy alikuwa anaandika songs, alikuwa anaandika vitu nashindwa mtoi ni mnoma. And apart from that he's a holistic artist. You know there are very few artists who can dance, choreograph, sing, perform, have an image. You understand? All those things in one artist is really hard. He has posture. You know Willy Paul ni ule hata kingia hapo unajua ule pose amefika. You know there's some artists hata kingia hapo anatembea unashinda huyu ni msanii ama but pose akona yani akona presence. And you see for you to become a 360 artist you need to have all those things. So kuna kitu mmoja na feeling that's just one element that is missing in him and I hope one time that he'll fix it. Yeah. Yeah.
Kwa vile ambavyo umetathmini muziki wao, unahisi nani ambaye kidogo anapiga mwingi sana kimuziki?
You know music is very interesting, Sometimes muziki ikwangi the most talented ndio upenya. Sometimes inakuanga because when nimesema Willy Paul is the most talented artist, me one of the most talented artists in this country. And mtu mwingine akitaka kunipinga niambie ni mgani mwingine anasema Pose is one of those guys mimi najua. He'll perform, he'll sing, he'll dance, akona presence. Unajua vitu zenye ni ngumu sana upate in one person. Baha has one thing we call business acumen. Unaelewa? But you know in life you have to overcompensate in something. If you're missing something, there's a way you need to compensate with something else. Unaweza kuwa hauna kama mimi sahi hapa. I remember that enzi zetu watu walikuwa wananicompare na Jimmy Gate. But Jimmy Gate has vocal prowess that means he's a hit. I can't sing like Jimmy Gate to that level. So watu walikuwa wanacompare na shindwa, mimi Jimmy Gate anaweza cheza piano, acheze guitar, anaimbe. Mimi naweza cheza tu vuvuzela bro. Sasa if you compare me with Jimmy Gate at that time, ilikuwa inanishangaza sana because I knew that I don't have the same vocal prowess, but I can overcompensate by the virtue that I lack something in that end and do something else. So mimi naye nilikuwa na the same thing. I had the business acumen. I knew how to talk to corporates, I knew how to approach corporates, and I knew how to advance my skills that you can't depend only on the industry, but you can extend it to the corporate world and even to the government. That's why ukiangalia vizuri vitu zangu zinakuanga more, I deal more with corporate and government in so many of the things that I do.
Yeah, so the Dion, just to finish up, maybe what word of advice would you give Willy Paul following his controversies that have been following him? And other than that, maybe apart from Malaika project, what other projects are you working on?
For Pose, I think as a brother, you know, musema before uanze kuongea kwa kamera juu ya watu na hujaongea na yeye, you're not being a good brother. Pose, I've sat down with him. You can come and attest. I was doing a project at his studio. We had a conversation, a very long conversation, me, him, and Teddy B. And I spoke to him. Ile unajua unaongea na mtu one-on-one, heart to heart, ile unamwambia the reality of life. I spoke to him, and it was very candid conversation. And even after I watched video, atajua what I mean. I spoke to him, and I gave him advice. And ile unajua ile advice, the things that you've gone through and you've seen and you think you can give your younger brother. I talked to him as a younger brother, and we had a very candid conversation. And then moving forward, as you speak right now, coming to your second question, Malaika Disability is a very big entity. So every year we are doing like 4 events. So we're having Malaika Disability Walk Nairobi. Then in the next like 2 months, we'll have one in Eldoret. And then after that, in August, we're going to do what we call Malaika Disability Forum at the KICC, whereby we'll call all the government entities and anyone who is in because the theme this year will be about road safety. We'll call about the people in the transport sector. We see how we can mediate, because story mingi za disabilities na happen through what unapata accidents on the roads. And you see, you can only mediate from the source. So the source inamaanisha most of the time ni road accidents zinafanya, road carnage ndio zinafanya so many mature people ukimit nao sasa kwa wheelchair wanakuambia I became disabled through a road accident. So we need to mediate and see what is the reason why and how can we make sure that we reduce such cases. And then in December, we normally do a very big event called Malaika Tribute Awards. Now this one inakuanga ni dinner, whereby wasa wanakuja hapo wamejipodoa. So tunapeananga our awards to person who are living with disability when wanafanya different things despite their challenges. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Owen, for your time, and wish you all the best.
Asanteni sana. I just want to say thank you once more, and I invite you guys officially at the Malaika Disability Walk. Come.